power to change your life. He is committed to the mission of helping you transform and become a person of power, and it starts with his all-new system to change your situation. At the centerpiece of this life-altering collection is David Evans' groundbreaking training course, From Ridiculous to Radical to Real, This Means War. In this series, you will discover the steps to change. This series includes 2 powerful messages, each on winning the battle in your mind and cultivating a language of faith. That's 4 messages, 4 power-filled hours of material. If you want a better marriage, this series has the answers. If you want to achieve financial independence God's way, the secrets in this series will empower you to make it happen. If you want a life of power, anointing, and influence, this series will show you how to get it, and there's more. You're looking for serious, immediate results. So Bishop Evans will also include one of his best-selling messages called Weapon of Warfare. This classic teaching will build you up to start fighting in the spirit for what you deserve. This powerhouse collection, From Ridiculous to Radical to Real and Weapon of Warfare, will give you all the biblical strategies you need to change anything in your life. This collection will ship to you immediately with your gift today to David G. Evans Ministries. This ministry is revolutionizing the kingdom by empowering believers. Souls are being saved daily, and we need your help to grow this impact in a real way. Call now and sow your seed of just $35 for your transformation to help people around the world. Your $35 love gift goes straight to the front lines of ministry, providing help to those that need it most. Call now. Make the decision to get the power you need to change your life forever.
It's now easier than ever to stay connected with David G. Evans and the Bethany Baptist Church family. Follow the ministry and rejoice in all that God is doing by following us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. On Facebook, you'll be up to date on the latest happenings, and you can watch our Sunday services on Facebook Live at 8 and 11 a.m. Eastern.
Here comes the power. Hallelujah!
Words of wisdom and encouragement can be found on Twitter, and you'll get up-to-the-minute sermon points as they happen in our weekly worship services. Follow us on Instagram and be blessed by the inspirational and special moments that are highlighted each week, and meet the people who are the heart of our ministry. And if it's video you want, subscribe to the Bethany Baptist Church channel on YouTube. See the celebrations, the special events, and the many, many people who are helping to transform lives one at a time. Stay connected with David G. Evans on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and become a member of our broadcast family today.
Position yourself to receive from God with Bishop David G. Evans teaching When Men Pray.
Have there been times when you have asked someone to pray for you and the prayer has not been answered? Because instead of praying for yourself, you waited until someone else that you thought had more power would pray for you. Prayer is something that you resort to immediately and not as a last resort. You need to learn how to pray preemptively. You need how to pray ahead of time. Don't always be praying in response. Pray proactively. Pray before it happens. Lord, cover my child. Lord, bless my day.
Develop your relationship with God with this dynamic teaching on CD or DVD when you write to us. Visit our website or call 1-800-591-8480.
Allow God's living waters to wash over you and refresh your soul.
You've been praying for yourself when the answer is in praying for other people. While I'm praying for California, God shows up in my house.
As kingdom people, with the king in us and us being sovereign ground, we're not governed by the laws of this land, but we're governed by the laws of heaven.
He's talking about you going to draw water from the wells of salvation. Where's the well? In you.
If we want to release the water, watch this, we don't have to pray for it to come. Where we are now, we pray for it to be released.
Release deliverance and transformation in every area of your life through God's living waters. This revitalizing 3-message series can be yours on CD or DVD when you visit our website or call 1-800-591-8480 today.
The A truth every man must know, and every woman needs to know about him. Let David G. Evans help you dare to be a man.
A trifling man, you can just be present, and whatever you do is okay. Good man pushing you to become, just by the way he is.
Bishop T.D. Jakes says, up close and personal, I wholeheartedly recommend this to men and women.
A next dimension man adapts to his environment and then changes it.
Giving women hope and men clarity. Martha Munizzi added, this teaching shows women how to motivate the men they love to soar.
A male ought to represent promise to everybody in his family.
Hailed by Stedman Graham as remarkable. David G. Evans' book, Dare to be a Man, or the 3-message series on CD or DVD. Visit our website or call 1-800-591-8480 now.
Well, good morning and praise the Lord, everybody. Welcome to On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America live. David G. Evans 1 on any smart device you have. Won't you call somebody, text them, inbox them, tweet them, and let them know that On Point is on the radio once again. 9 a.m. We start every Saturday morning to 10 a.m. Our call-in numbers are 1-866-743-8267, 1-866-743-8267. Of course, my world-famous co-host, Reverend Nicholas Smith, is joining us today. We are so delighted to see you once again. We see that you are on the dad train once again.
Absolutely. Why I'm late today.
Well, man, I'm telling you, just
it happens, man.
It's just like
Just wouldn't stop crying.
Doc.
You gonna do?
Your schedule's not your schedule anymore.
Right.
No,
money ain't yours.
I
Time
get
ain't
it.
yours,
I get it.
Schedule ain't yours.
I get it, man.
Yeah.
Kids and grandkids change your life.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to tell you. So we had a very eventful week.
Yes, we did.
Longtime acquaintance of mine, Congressman Elijah Cummings, passed away. I remember having a meeting with him and a few other faith-based leaders in D.C. And I repeatedly remember him saying, let me tell you what's really going on. Let me tell you what's really going on. So guys would ask questions. He said, okay, let me tell you what's really going on. he just kept saying it and brought some clarity to us. And I think we met with him for about 3 hours.
Okay.
And he was very informative, gave us an idea of how government really runs. And when I came away from the conversation understanding what the mirages mean.
Yeah.
You know, he said, when you see this, this is what's really happening. He kind of gave us a rule of thumb that day. And it was pretty insightful. And they're going to miss him.
Oh, yeah. They said before he passed, like a day or two before, he signed 2 more things as it relates to Trump.
Did he?
Like, he knew he was sick, and I guess he knew
Okay.
and he made sure he signed off on these documents, and like
Wow.
a day or two later,
Wow.
passed away, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a soldier, man.
Yeah, he's been very, very, very focused
Yep.
on what he thought was right and wrong.
Yeah.
So Alabama did something that they hadn't done and they had never done, and that was elected their first minority mayor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They have been around 200 years in that state. Wow. A mayor, not a governor, just a mayor.
A mayor. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, there is some promise to that, because that means that you're starting to see not just that conservative movement in those states. You're starting to see more of a liberal minority, rise in those areas.
Now, this Ukraine thing seems to have gotten some life. I think they got to be a little nervous when you have long-term government employees saying, no, I've been summoned by Congress and I'm going, and you can't tell me not to go. And obviously some of them are ready to retire.
Yep.
But they're not going out besmirched.
Yeah.
if I was in the position of the administration, that would shake me just a little bit.
A little bit.
Because these are inside people that were part of the conversations.
And Giuliani says he's not going. Of course, Trump said he's not going if they call him in.
Yeah.
But it just what bothers me so much is that they're doing so much publicly.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you saying by allowing him get away with all this stuff? When a new president comes in, are you going to let he or she get away with all?
The Republicans will be livid, volcanic.
Yeah, like
it'll be almost like you spit in the face of Jesus. That they are going to react as though this never happened.
Yep. Yeah.
Because we say it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If it was Barack Obama doing, if he went on international TV and said, some foreign country, I need you to investigate the guy that's running against me.
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham would
All
lose 20 years of his life. He'd look like a young man again.
Yeah. Yep.
It would be they would be livid.
Yep. And even the G7 convention is going to be at one of Trump's hotels, which technically you're not supposed to do because the Constitution.
Bedbug headquarters, they call it.
The Constitution. You can't tell me Trump's not involved in some of that process.
Of course he is.
Like, come on, y'all. Like, they got mad at Barack Obama because he went to Hawaii for vacation. Well, he's using taxpayer money to go to Hawaii. Well, Bush had a compound. Everybody had these huge things. He had a house in Chicago. He wasn't.
What's the big deal?
Nothing.
He never sold a house. President Trump didn't get rid of his condos in his golf clubs. It's not a big deal.
No, he still has his stuff at Mar-a-Lago and everything.
And our president wanted to go to Hawaii, and it was wasting the taxpayers' money. They actually got upset because I guess they had to buy him a blackboard to put his brackets on one year when he was flying the basketball tournament. Yeah. And they said he was wasting time. He could have been being the president. We got a president now that has a part-time job.
Yeah, and that actual presidency.
4 days a week he works.
Yeah.
He works that many?
Four.
No,
he's in the office.
He's in the office 4 days a week. Yeah.
Now, let me take the work back.
Yeah. He's present.
He shows up.
He shows up
for work. He punches the time card. Tuesday through Thursday, he punches his time card. Oh my goodness! It would have been unacceptable for any other president.
Barack Obama went to New York with his wife to a play. Oh, he's causing all this money because they had to shut down part of the New York City to get him into to Broadway and da-da-da-da-da. One night.
It was their anniversary.
Their anniversary. One night.
I'm president.
And I'm like,
I'm president. I can go to dinner. I can go to a show.
But I still think they're secretly a little, especially Trump, a little envious whenever Barack Obama shows up anywhere.
He's not a little envious.
He runs a lot. Yeah.
President Obama represented almost everything President Trump didn't. Successful Ivy League education that was not paid for by his father. Decent family guy. No 4 baby mamas and 7 kids. Degreed, intelligent,
well spoken,
head of the law review at Harvard. All those things that if he were not a man of color would have made him the best candidate for president ever lived. That's just I've had this discussion with my Republican friends that are white, and I've gotten them closer to admitting that, come on. I hear what you're saying, but what's the difference?
Right.
And because it's kind of liberal people are slow to admit they may be having racial bias.
Right.
We can basically say we had almost a scandalous presidency for 8 years.
Yep.
Certainly didn't have some of the nonsense we're talking about now. And I believe that's why Trump feels like, my president feels like he has to reverse everything President Obama did, even if it hurts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this whole thing with Syria, that was doing something that he didn't do.
Yeah.
And it got him in some hot water. And then they came, what's wrong with Pence?
So we're talking about the part where he sent Pence to go work the situation out.
Well,
and
first off, the guy said, I ain't seeing nobody. So somewhere in there that changed.
Yeah.
But then he comes out and says, we got a ceasefire. And then the guy that's representing Turkey says, ain't no ceasefire over here.
Yeah.
And then they got the news reports, bombs still going off, people still getting shot. So there's not a ceasefire.
Yeah. And Trump celebrating this quote-unquote ceasefire. How do you start the fire and then celebrate yourself for putting it out? Like, I mean, this is a fire you didn't have to start. It's like
he's trying to over that.
Yeah.
He's trying to over that, and
Mentally unstable.
it's not good.
Just
It's very disappointing. I need him to. It would have been better if he said, "I made a mistake," but he's not going to do that.
no, he's not going to do that.
It's perfect.
You're not. Well, he's the wisest man alive.
Mhm.
He knows more than the generals.
Yeah.
He's my president, but he doesn't do things correctly.
Right.
And I'm not talking about the way we want him to do it. The results are not good.
Correct. Yeah.
Bishop, do you think there's something mentally going on?
I think there's something emotionally always been a problem for him.
Yeah.
But he's raised in a bubble.
Mhm.
And his business career, having had some experience with his Atlantic City part of his career, he does not concern himself with the plight of working people or small business people.
Right.
That's all just. That's why he tells American workers that we're going to bring these jobs back.
Yeah.
Like they're going back into the auto plants.
Right.
No,
No, they're still moving.
they're moving and they're replacing bodies with robots.
Mm-hmm.
Because long term it makes more sense.
Yep. Yep. And some
What's the payroll for a robot?
right? Just some
Some
fixes
oil?
every now and then, some oil, and just
Doesn't need a vacation. Doesn't need a health plan.
And they're consistent.
inconsistent.
Yeah, yeah, and
Work faster.
The quality
longer.
quality doesn't vary.
Yep.
So to tell America we're going to bring all this stuff back, and then for us to go for it,
Yep. Yeah. They wanted to believe it.
like GM's going to throw all the robots out
Right. That they bought.
and put people in there,
Yeah.
so they can have strikes. Robots don't go on strike.
Nope. Not at all. Ain't got no HR.
No.
Ain't got to worry about no
No,
lawsuits.
you don't need personnel for
You don't
that.
need personnel. You just need one person, two people there making everything work.
They might break down on the job, but it'll be 100 years from now.
Yeah.
So I don't.
And I'm sure they got a
I
replacement
don't know why
right there.
and that coal industry. Why did they go for that line? It was a bunch of crap.
It was. It was. And then celebrated what, like some coal jobs were open up, ending up being what, like 200-300 jobs.
Yeah, out of thousands.
Thousands, yeah.
And it was really the guy they were closing the plants down and just doing the minimal work that needed to be done. So he lied to him. I don't know.
Speaking of turnaround, I
Yes.
think we talked about this on Wednesday.
Okay.
Before our taping. Y'all should
Okay.
watch the taping on Tuesday, y'all. The one we
What
did
you talking
Wednesday
about?
morning.
All right, better tell me about
what I'm
it.
saying,
Someone won't know.
Well, the Bible taping that we do every month. Before that, it's coming out this Tuesday.
Okay.
Speaking of turnaround, so we talked about Robert Jeffries, what's his name? Jack Graham.
Yeah, all those guys.
Endorsing Paula White, my friend. Now, mind you, before this, they don't believe in women preachers. Don't believe in women pastors. Now, all of a sudden, she's my friend. Before, she was a heretic, prosperity gospel.
Why is she their friend now? What do you think?
Well, it's this whole Trump politics thing. How do you bash her for years and then reject a woman preacher, the lady Beth Moore we talked about,
Yes.
in Southern Baptist,
Right.
while you accept now, quote unquote, somebody like Paula White because she's supporting your agenda, Trump, so and so.
Now, do you think that is to unoffend the Southern Baptist Church women?
No, because they're still bashing Beth Moore.
They are?
Mm-hmm. John MacArthur, they just had this video on YouTube of him and some other people.
Now, what don't they like about her other than she's female?
Well, she's female. She's speaking against the abuse stuff that was going on
Needs to.
in Southern Baptist.
Yes.
A lot of women in Southern Baptist love her.
Okay.
And she's not trying to be no pastor. She just wants to teach the gospel, help people, and move on.
They don't want her to do that.
They don't want to do that. Because these women are listening to her. And she's she's challenging some of that misogyny in that particular area.
So, now get me right. I know Paula White. I know a lot of Southern Baptist guys. You're telling me Paula has suddenly become okay? Let me tell you how far back this goes. As long as I've known Paula White, that's how long they've been calling her a heretic and everything else.
Prosperity pimp, all that stuff.
So, the same glass they're looking at President Trump through is the same glass they're looking at her now. Do these guys have like administrative assistants? So somebody can remind them, you said this about 20 years ago. You might not want to go on TV and say that again.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
You would. This is an illogical irrational
So
process that they're all.
they're backing Paula White now.
Yeah.
Evangelicals.
Yes. She's got a book out. You guys go buy it. My friend.
My friend?
My friend.
All right, here's my problem. We know something's wrong with them.
Mm-hmm.
I've known Paula White maybe 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with her accepting that? Why is she accepting that at this point?
At this point?
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure she has a base that agrees with her, which is weird because she had a base. If she would have stayed, bless you, on the other side, she would have been fine. I'm trying to be nice here. I'm sure you're going to say everything. It could be for approval purposes.
How far is she willing? But you know what?
Yes.
Why am I acting silly this morning?
Mm. Yeah.
It was just 2 weeks ago that she said saying no to Donald Trump would be saying no to God. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
So she's encouraging his messianic complex. I am floored.
She was on Jim Baker talking about that. Helping
She
him
was
raise,
on what?
Jim Baker helping him raise money and
Helping
all that
who raise
stuff.
money?
Jim Baker, the guy that went to jail before, that has the show that all these right wing Christians watch. And
I tried to watch him one day,
oh no, he's
and I know him and Tammy. Well, Tammy's not alive
I
anymore.
don't think so. No, she did pass away.
She did, yeah. Are we thinking of Mrs. Krause? Is Tammy alive?
I know she was on a reality show.
I know them both. Anyway, they all thought she was a joke.
Yep.
Okay.
And it just
I tried to watch the program one day. They had all this survivalist stuff on there. Take this stuff, go and dig the hole in your backyard.
Yeah.
Put some concrete down there. Get some ventilation going on there. That's what I was watching.
The end of the world.
I'm looking at this like, wow.
if Trump doesn't get elected, Armageddon's going to come.
Yeah,
we
got this food in cans that'll last you 5 years underground without refrigeration. I mean, I'm looking at this
These
stuff.
people believe this stuff. So when you're wondering about the logic of this movement, they're going along with this, like the coin they're selling
with
Cyrus.
Trump
is in King Cyrus from the Bible. That Trump is the modern day Cyrus.
They're on the coin together.
Yeah, that Trump's going to bring God's people back into the country. And
well, they started out wrong because they said with President Trump in the White House. Now look, he's my president, but he's not Jesus in the White House.
Right.
All right. Jesus was Jesus before he went to the cross.
Yep.
Before he was elevated. So my president doesn't suddenly become Jesus.
Right.
Or does he represent the presence of God getting back to the White House? Because his testimony eliminates that.
Absolutely.
What I know I say this almost every week now. Why can't we say that's my guy, but I don't like what he's doing? What's wrong with that?
They are all in on this thing, even though they know. He champions abortion.
Well,
like no abortion.
Yeah, and he
right.
That's what he says. He supposedly reinforced Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas now.
Yeah, just wow.
Yeah, and something that somebody wrote that.
Isn't there some scripture about the form of religion but denying the power of the
Yes.
Okay, I just
yeah.
Okay, I don't want to start quoting scripture.
He doesn't need to repent.
Yeah, he doesn't need to repent.
Yep. And he said he's not sure he doesn't like a savior that died on the cross.
He's not sure
because it looked like
he was defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was weak.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
came out of his mouth.
That came out of his mouth.
But the evangelicals say
he's Jesus in a blue suit.
He's a babe in Christ and he's growing.
That ain't even a babe.
That's what somebody said. But the crazy part is somebody from Southern Baptist said this, and I didn't even think about it.
Okay.
She said the Southern Baptists, those white evangelicals, have always believed in a form of the prosperity gospel.
Of course they
have. They just don't call it.
Of course they have.
What charismatics call it.
You can't tell me that you raised what?
$100 some odd million.
$100 some odd million in a fundraiser, and you don't believe in prosperity, and you got it sitting in the pews.
Yep, right there.
You can't tell me.
Yep.
You can't tell me you build some of the biggest stuff, most elaborate stuff, and you don't believe in prosperity now, but you don't talk about it, but you live it.
Yep.
Okay.
And they believe in power, money,
absolutely,
wealth, authority,
all the stuff they cursing everybody else.
Yep. And their thing is, if you're going to, God put you here to establish this American power. That's what you watch The Family on Netflix. This is what they talk about. That Christianity. To them.
So we were on WFIL for years.
Mm-hmm.
Salem Network, Christian Network. So they made billions of dollars. So the prosperity of that station is a reality.
Mm-hmm.
So they're looking at it. Oh, here they are. So they're looking at this. The wealth is just a byproduct of what we do. It's not. So since we don't talk about it, it's not real wealth. It's something else.
Yeah.
It's not real prosperity.
Yeah.
And we're not protecting it. Okay.
They trust me. I hang out, talk to a lot of them.
I know you do.
And they care about money a whole lot.
Just as much as anybody else does.
Just anybody else they do.
Go to the neighborhood.
Yep.
See how much they care about money.
Their package, they sell, all that stuff matters a lot to them.
They market very well.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not giving away these conferences.
Nope. They're actually more than most
Absolutely
black people
they are.
A whole lot more.
Because that X thing, you pay what, $600 to go?
About $5.
$5?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the alumni rate.
And that's the alumni rate.
That's because I've been going for so long.
The newbie rate is
I have a
what?
discount. I think it's like almost $700, I think, somewhere.
And it's packed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
$700.
2 days. Wow. Two. Now, Power of God.
6 nights, 5 days.
How much usually? What, 65, 70?
Yep, starting
100?
out. Yep.
Starting out?
Starting out.
But it shows us something. When they see something that's valuable, they're willing to pay for it.
We are not.
We are not. We'll complain that a conference is $40 or $50.
Folk complain about a registration, but they'll spend $200, $300, $400 to go see my buddy in Atlanta, to go see my buddy in Houston. To go
Yep. I still remember me and you went to MIT in Boston.
Right.
For that seminar time.
Yep.
We paid a nice amount of money to go.
Absolutely.
But there's some stuff that I learned at that thing that I still use today.
Absolutely.
And it showed me we put what your value, you put money into it.
Yep.
And it's still helping my, ministry business to this day. But
and people say that about Power of God. We give them stuff they're still using to pastor their churches and live their lives, impact their worship. Mm-hmm. But our dominant audience brags about things instead of supporting them.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So as where they, I had a Caucasian pastor tell me one time. Mm-hmm. He wasn't being insulting. He wasn't throwing shade. Yeah. He said, "Dave, you guys do real good for a black church."
Wasn't being shady?
No, he wasn't being shady because he had maybe not even a third of the membership that we had, but they raised more money than we do every year. Mm-hmm. And then he said, really for a black church, you guys are doing really good. Mm-hmm. And I didn't take it as an insult because he was telling me the truth.
Yeah.
Because I looked at his 2,000. At that time, we had an 8 or 9, and they were outdoing us, with one hand tied behind their back. Mm-hmm. And he had all working people.
Yeah.
So
it shows value, but again, like you said, what we value. We'll get mad at a book being $25 or $30.
Crazy.
But we'll spend $100 some odd dollars to get our hair done,
that's
nails
insane.
done, but complain about a book being $20, $30.
That book's too much. They're asking too much. They should be giving it away. Yeah. I've had people tell me, how come you're not giving this away? Here with our scars. You should be giving this away. And I said, who told you that?
Right.
And they said, well, you're a man of God. I said, so what you're really saying is you don't want to pay for it. And since you don't want to pay for it, I should be giving it away. Right. Is that what you're really saying? Well, I didn't think of it like that. Good. So you're going to give me the book? I can't tell you what I said.
Who going to pay for the book to get made?
Then I think about that. One of the things I don't like about our culture is we're always looking for a way out.
Yeah, that's true.
You teach us something, we look for a way out. Yeah. Show us something, look for a way out.
Yeah.
Show up tell you to come get the ticket at 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. I'm going to come at 9 o'clock and go get mad because I can't get the ticket.
Yep. When you're supposed to be at 8 o'clock.
That's like calling you on the phone,
telling
you I'm trying to reach you, and don't leave your voicemail.
Right, yeah.
And then say, I tried to call you.
I tried to call you. You should have seen my number pop up.
Am I looking for your number?
Yeah. No, right.
1-866-743-8267. 1-866-743-8267. 1-866-7 I bet this guy that shot this girl in her house.
Yeah. Did you hear they tried to say that she pulled she had a gun in her hand?
The boy said she pulled it.
Yeah.
That didn't happen?
I don't know.
Her nephew said they saw somebody lurking. She went in her pocketbook and got a gun,
which
she's allowed to do
yeah.
in Texas.
Yeah.
And then the policeman shot through the window without identifying himself. Why was he walking around looking through the window?
And we're going to see how this goes. But I'm like, what's going on down in first was both a young man, then her.
Yeah, yep.
Same area. Like, what is going on with these people?
It's the Wild West.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why I need to know why a boy can't walk into class and hug his teacher. Why does he get suspended? Because we're losing our minds.
Yeah. I think he got in trouble and went over and gave her a hug, said I'm sorry, and gave her a hug. And she said, okay, go play. Later on, she went and told the administrators. They called him in and suspended him for like 10 days for touching a teacher. I'm like, that's not assault. That's not no felony. I mean, he's a kid. He doesn't know. It's not like a grown man walking up to her. In
the environment we're in, you walk in and say, Bishop, I don't like your shirt. You stop bullying me.
Right.
What?
That's bullying now.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't pick me for the team. I'm bullied.
I'm being bullied.
You know, we need to pass a law to make sure my son, even though he can't play ball, gets picked for the basketball team.
Yeah.
Heck no.
It's competition. But
you give him allowance for not cleaning his room. Everybody's not going to do that.
Nah.
So this 21-year-old got arrested for oversleeping?
Yes, first day of jury duty. The judge brought him in, sentenced him to 10 days
for oversleeping.
And then he said his reasoning was because of this. This is going to be crazy. They lacked African American jurors. So he said your place in this jury was important and you overslept and missed it. So he tried to pull a race thing like you're going to be you're not doing your part. Yeah, you're not doing your part as a black man to help in the system. I'm trying to teach you a lesson. So did he lose his job while he was in jail? Or did he get suspended from school at the same time? But the 21-year-old, he
What happened?
Well, he went to jail for 10 days. And then the judge put him on community service. But then after all the uproar,
1 year probation.
1 year probation. But after all of the uproar, the judge kind of reversed some of the stuff and pulled some of the stuff away. But it's like,
I'm having a hard time this morning.
Yeah.
Robin.
Good morning, Bishop.
Hi, I was praying for you and your family last night and today.
I know you was. I've been crying since last night. You know I'm a big crybaby anyway.
Yeah.
I just left Eric. His service was today. I just went in and viewed and supported my cousins for a few. I couldn't stay for another one.
How are they going to do that today?
Well, yesterday was my cousin Willis' 3 sons. And today was my cousin Eric, his son, was one of the ones who drowned with the other boys. So it was just to walk up and see 3 hurt. That just, it's just sad. It's like, I'm questioning God. I know we can go to him and like, God, why is this happening? Why are so many of our young people leaving? Is there something you're trying to show the adults, what's going on? I mean, I know you're doing something behind the scenes with President Trump. Because, like Bishop taught us, you never know what God is planning and what he's working on. We just got to wait and see. But I want to thank everybody for their prayers and thoughts for my family. One young lady from Facebook that's on point, I want to thank her for that. But on a good note, the 2 questions I have. Regarding leaving inheritance to your grandchildren.
Yeah.
I'm working on investments, and I signed up with Robinhood. I don't know if you heard of that app where you can buy stocks, trade.
Robinhood? Have you heard of it?
It's a app that you use. There's that one, and then there's
Is that the one with the odd change or something?
I never used it, but a guy I know used it. He switched over to another one that he likes better.
From Robinhood?
Yeah, from Robinhood. Okay. But you can do all your stocks and stuff. He said Robinhood's more for people that like day trading.
Okay.
The other ones for people just want to do like
okay.
long-term investments.
So, but how does the money get to the account?
I guess from like your if you have like a PayPal or something like that.
Okay.
You can link it or to your bank account.
And they're taking odd dollars off or odd cents off? Is that what they're doing?
Well, you can just purchase a stock for like $10. You know, a portion for 20, portion for 100.
Okay.
Just another means to
get you involved.
Buy and sell.
Get your foot in.
Buy and sell. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, because I don't know how to do the trade because I bought stock, and then they always send me like a notification when things are going up, how much it is. So I just wanted to know if that's a good one. And what is another way to start saving so I can leave like a trust fund for my grandchildren? And because I have to start doing what the word says, you know, when you're blessed, be a blessing to others, so also
Right.
leave an inheritance for your children. So how can I start? I mean, I'm still young. I'm 9 years younger than you, Bishop, so we still young. We still got some time.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I just want to know what's the best route that I can go.
Well, let's do a little research on that. We'll bring somebody in to talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I would appreciate that. So,
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Talk
Have
to
a
you now.
blessed
See you tomorrow.
day, and I'll see you
Bye-bye.
tomorrow. All right, bye.
Sid Beecham, the film producer.
Yes. Hello,
Good
Sid.
morning, Bishop Evans.
Good morning.
Pastor
Good
Nick.
morning.
How y'all doing this morning?
Good morning, Star Wars. How you doing?
Yes.
I'm doing all right. Bishop Evans and Pastor Nick, I posted on the in the chat over on Facebook, but I just wanted to know what y'all think about Kevin Abel, the owner of the Word Network.
Oh, did you hear about
and
that?
that picture
No.
of the pimp, him being a pimp.
I gotta show you
And
the
Bishop-
picture.
Okay.
Yeah, Bishop Bloomer.
Yeah.
He's
What
I
happened?
think he's suing them.
He had like a white, the big pimp white coat on, the
Okay.
fur
Okay.
coat,
Okay.
white hat,
Okay.
like this, like a pimp pose.
Okay.
Had Bloomer on one side and a couple other preachers behind him.
Okay.
And basically
Got
saying
Dollar.
that he was their pimp, and they were his.
Really?
He sent it to Bloomer in an email as a joke, and Bloomer quit over it. He's like,
Is
"Yo,
that
we're-
why Bloomer
yeah,
left?
we're not your blankety blank. You know, what I'm
They're
yeah,
calling
we're not your
for a
Johns. I'll
boycott.
use that word. We're not your Johns
But George has been raising money for the Word Network for quite
for a
a while.
long time, doing the shows and all that.
They
And he-
actually calling for a boycott
Yeah.
of the Word Network, but it was terrible. I saw Bishop Bloomer.
What has Jamal said about it?
I don't think he said
Yeah,
anything publicly, from my knowledge.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything. He could have, but I didn't see anything.
Did Jamal say anything about it?
I didn't hear Pastor Jamal say anything, but he's got it's terrible. He actually doubled down on Bishop Bloomer's complaint, called him Tattoo from the midget,
Bishop.
and said he didn't know that they made fruit that small and everything. I kept cracking on him. I couldn't believe it. I was like,
He called George Tattoo?
Bishop Evans. Jesus, keep
So
me.
he was upset about it, too. And,
That was rude.
I hate to
That
say
was
that's
wrong,
so
but it was funny.
Yeah, it was. All right, I just wanted to know if y'all heard about that. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
The reason I can laugh, I know these guys. That was
Oh,
funny.
my goodness. You
I
got to
can't
see
wa-
the picture, Bishop.
I can't wait to see George. I'm going to call him in.
Tattoo.
Oh, my goodness.
Jesus.
All right, see y'all tomorrow.
Yep. See,
That's it.
And the guy refuses to apologize. He said it was a joke, and I didn't create it. Somebody else created it, and he just,
Oh, Lord have mercy. That was funny. Okay. So, but he's, I don't know. He has been a door of opportunity for a lot of ministries that would have never gotten on television.
Mhm.
Yet, when his own community was upset with him about bringing on Farrakhan, he didn't, because he doesn't like letting people tell him what to do.
Okay.
But for a while, he was the only one that would really played or broadcasted a lot of black ministry in the United States. And then the whole political thing came along with President Trump, and that whole thing got upset because of Farrakhan. And he lost a whole lot of people in a whole lot of areas of broadcasting.
Yeah. But I mean,
I just don't. I don't know. I know him. He should be sensitive enough. that if somebody sent it to him, that he would not immediately disseminate that. I would even have called George and say, George, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
Who sent you that? That conversation. But I'm not sure. He's impulsive at times.
Okay.
I'm not sure. And then he would double down on it.
Yeah. My thing is I have a comedian sense of humor. So I get it. I think a lot of us in what we do have a warped sense of humor. We find things funny that
people don't
probably shouldn't be funny. But there are certain lines that I know I just can't cross with certain people. And I think we all need to remember that. Like
those cultural lines.
Yeah, cultural lines. Sometimes even gender lines. Like a woman can say something to another woman that they'll laugh off that we could not say to them.
That's why I'm gonna text George today and call it taxes. Oh, that thing's funny, man. The greatness of George, the popularity of George, makes that a joke.
Right.
Okay, it's nothing close to who he is.
Yeah, it's just.
Let's see Terry from Indiana. Hey Terry, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
We all right. Welcome to On Point.
I'm just calling to say hello. Missed the fellowship, but just excited that God is just doing some wonderful things in your ministry.
Yeah, Lord's good.
Yeah.
How's things in Indiana?
Everything is going well. I was a caregiver for my grandmother for 7 years, and she was 108. She went home to be with the Lord on April the 28th. So I'm just excited as I'm entering into a new season, getting back into doing some consulting work and event planning, and working with an organization called Rahab's Daughter that goes out and rescues people out of human trafficking.
Wow, that's wonderful. What church? Well, you want to give a shout out to your church out there in Indiana?
Greater Destiny Bible Church, Apostle Kelly B. Williams Sr.
Kelly used to be light skin
Kelly?
Yeah.
Yeah, light skin.
Tell him I said hello, please.
I will. I'll see him in a couple of hours.
I didn't know he was an apostle now.
Yeah, a lot has gone on. Matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago, we had a conversation about you because your picture is up in his office.
Okay.
And just hoping that God's going to lead us back where we can reconnect.
Wonderful. Please give him my regards when you see him today.
I sure will.
I think of him often.
Yes.
How's things? That call that East Chicago, Indiana, right?
East Chicago,
there
Indiana.
You go.
We are not in Illinois.
Right across the water there.
Right across the border. Yep. Just right on over.
Yeah. Tell him I asked for him, please.
I will. I shall.
Y'all be strong now.
You too. Be blessed.
Bye-bye. Jonathan.
Hey, good morning, Bishop Evans and Pastor Nick and the whole Bethany Baptist community.
How you doing this morning?
Oh, pretty good. The big news for me that I see is Putin's visit to Saudi Arabia, which was heralded as a real. He hasn't been there in a very long time. And he was honored as it was a great honor, head of state, the most lavish reception he could have.
When did he go to Saudi Arabia?
I don't know.
How come I didn't hear anything about this?
I don't know.
I heard about the Russians going to Syria or Turkey, but
I
didn't hear about Putin going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I heard he went to Saudi Arabia and was lavishly welcomed. And with Brexit, that means to me this is Daniel 7:4-5, when the lion with the wings of the eagle is America and England, and the wings are torn off, plucked, and the bear stands, and then a bear becomes prominent.
5 days
These
ago.
are kingdoms.
4 or 5 days ago.
And you're seeing some prophetic connection between his visit to Saudi Arabia And you want to flesh that out a little bit for me?
Yeah. That means that the bear, there's the first, second, third, fourth beast in Daniel 7, and the first beast is power, and the Bible is centered around Israel. The Bible is Israel. What's important to Israel? And important, the power in the Middle East has been for the last 20 years since, well, not last 18 years, since 9/11, has been America and England. Well, and since World War II, America and England are the power over the Middle East. But with Trump signaling he's pulling out, and in his Trump doctrine, Russia said, hey, there's an opening for us. We're moving into Saudi, make friends with Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia's welcomed him. So this tells me that the second beast is the bear with 3 ribs in his mouth, and that's Russia. The 3 ribs aren't clear yet. I think it's maybe he's going to invade Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, but that's yet to be determined. And this, if this is Daniel 7, which it really appears to me to be, that Daniel 7 correlates with the whole book of Revelation in the end times, which I see as 50 years. 50 years being you have the years of forgiveness, the Jubilee year. You can't have the tribulation lasting more than 50 years because all debts are forgiven every 50 years.
Okay.
So that's 20 years. We're 20 years into the somewhat of a tribulation, 9/11 and all that, and 30 more years to go with 3 more beasts.
Okay.
And I don't know the exact timing of that, whether it's 10 years per beast or if it moves around. But and the third beast would be the leopard with wings, which is an idiom of China. It means a very fast, powerful entity.
Yeah.
A leopard with 4 heads and 4 wings indicates to me North Korea, South Korea, mainland China, and Taiwan. Free China, if you will.
Okay.
So if those 4 get together in an entity, and China's already moving around the world to try to have world economic dominance and military power also. So I see that as entirely possible, and looks like what will be the fulfillment of that prophecy. So this really sets up the whole end time scenario, and really the rest of what's going to happen in the world, because then after that you would have the millennium for 1,000 years, starting around 2050, 2051, something like that, and after that a season when Satan is more powerful on earth, and then the end.
Okay.
So
cool.
And that for the first time in world history, it's announced on public media.
So who else?
radio.
Who else do you think could be the bear?
I don't see anybody.
Okay.
I don't know. You see somebody? I don't know.
We'll talk about that offline one day.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right. Very good.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
1-866-743-8267. 1-866-743-8267. I see here Simone Biles has become the most decorated gymnast in history.
Yeah, she's blowing up. She's so good that I think something came out last week. They had to restrict her from doing certain movements because the other girls couldn't do it.
Why would they do that?
That's not their fault. That's not her fault that they can't do it. That's their problem.
Like in certain tournaments?
Please
don't do that, so make it a little more fair.
Because she is doing stuff that the other ones cannot do.
Well, she's creating some things.
Yeah, it's not her fault.
Her elevation is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
She gets up so high, it looks like she's been catapulted out of something.
And she's tiny, but she can go,
and
man.
Then she's doing that. She does that thing, and she looks strong.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, what did LeBron do? What did he?
Oh, buddy.
What did he
You
do?
didn't hear about all this NBA China thing?
I saw a little bit of it. I wasn't paying that much
All right,
attention.
so this is what happened, right? You know the Hong Kong protests against China, right?
Right.
The NBA and Nike has a big market share in China.
In China?
China, yes.
Okay.
They say almost 50% of Nike shares money comes from China.
Wow.
A big portion of the NBA's money comes from China.
NBA's big in China.
Huge in China.
Yes.
So the GM from the Rockets said that he was supporting the Hong Kong protesters and against the Chinese.
Okay.
China responded, we're going to shut down some of these games. We're going to do da-da-da-da-da. So the NBA put, nobody talk about China. Y'all leave it alone because they were about to play some games over there.
Okay.
So LeBron comes in and says that, basically saying that the guy shouldn't have did the tweet about China.
The guy from Houston?
The guy from the Rockets, from GM, the Houston Rockets, GM. He shouldn't have did it without having, this is what he said, without having all the information.
Right.
The dilemma that people are having with LeBron, and this is some of my dilemma too, is this.
Pastor Nick, you have a dilemma?
With LeBron James?
Yes. Here's
breaking news.
What's the date today and what is the time?
Breaking news.
Yo.
LeBron, you are willing to fight and talk a lot about the injustice that's going on over here. You're being political over here, and then all of a sudden, when it comes down to touching your money, all of a sudden you draw a line in the sand. Over there, let's not be political. But over here, let's be political. The people in Hong Kong are going through a whole lot worse.
Did you reverse this? You say he's political here, but he's not political in China.
He doesn't want to be political over there.
So he's got situational ethics, is what you're saying?
Yes. That's the way it's coming across. Is because let's fight the system over here.
I don't know why you're surprised.
I mean, I
don't
am,
know
but
why
I'm
you're
not.
surprised.
I am, but I'm not.
He operates in a two sets of rule universe for himself. Set of rules for the team, set of rules for LeBron James. Set of rules for NBA, set of rules for LeBron James.
That's true.
Set of rules for the state he lives in, set of rules for. So no, I think he's acting quite normal.
Quite normal. That's true.
And his money's being affected.
Yep.
In China.
Okay. And they're going through a lot worse than what we are over here. I mean, they got concentration camps over there. They got all the stuff that China's doing, all these people. And now everybody, even Hollywood, is afraid of China. Because a lot of their movies are big over there. So are you going to let us control? They're going to let them control us. We're supposed to be the United States of America.
We were. I get it, but he operates consistently.
That's true. You're right.
In two universes.
That's true.
His and everybody else's.
Yep. Because now him and the NBA's money affected. Y'all be quiet now.
Yep.
But before, they were on the side of justice, wearing the T-shirts, I can't breathe, doing all that stuff. Now, all of a sudden...
Taking a knee, all that stuff.
Let's stop.
So oppression here, I'm sensitive to. Oppression somewhere else, that's an American view.
It is. It really is. Because, what's going over here can affect him and his sons.
That's my president's view. That's not my problem. Did you hear that he called the shooting and all the killing a little schoolyard dust up?
You mean over in the
Yes.
Yes. Like, these people are being bombed out there.
They're being shot. Executed.
He's so exhausted.
He likened that to a schoolyard fight.
That's so trifling, man.
I was so disappointed in him when I heard him say that.
But he always has to minimize something to make himself look.
That didn't make himself look good at all.
In his eyes, he's
no humanity.
None at all.
That wasn't good.
Do you think, now, conspiracy theory, right?
Okay.
Do you think Trump is doing all this Middle East stuff so that Putin can get his hand in more?
Yes.
Because it's all about money.
I still think Vladimir Putin has something on the president.
Yep.
Because it's just too much. And I don't understand why the Republican Party is not screaming treason all over the place. Right. And why is the problem? Why is it okay for this president to have this cushy relationship with Russia, and it hasn't been cozy for anybody else? It's not right.
Years ago, Russia was. I could see Russia from my backyard. They're the devil. They're the worst. When Trump got elected, they had a group of people that were thanking Russia for helping him get elected. What? This same group that was anti-Russia when Obama was running in 2004.
You're so disappointed.
It is. It is. It is.
It feels like we're somewhere else.
Yeah, it's a Twilight Zone.
I don't like this at all.
Not at all. So Pastor Bryant did say something, but I'm gonna watch the video and I'll send it to you so you can see it about the word networks.
Okay. So who do you think the Democratic frontrunner is right now?
I like Elizabeth Warren.
You like Miss Warren?
I do.
And why do you like her?
She has a plan for everything. She makes sense. She's balanced in her approach.
Okay.
She's not so far liberal that she's trying to be like Beto O'Rourke and all them. To me, she takes the best of both worlds. She speaks center.
But she's not answering some key questions.
Okay. Which ones?
Like, how are you going to pay
for all this stuff?
For the stuff you're doing?
No, she did talk about the whole tax system rehaul. She did talk about that. On one of those shows, she talked about how she did the math and was like, if we tax them at this point right here, this will help make up for all this over here. Now,
she's giving us the world.
Are the powers that be going to let them tax those people?
No.
Because technically, if you tax the rich at a higher rate, you can pay for all this stuff.
We're back to the idealistic Bernie again.
Mm-hmm. But
the stuff's not going to get passed.
But the question is this, though.
But to do it, you got to raise taxes or eliminate programs
on the wealthy people.
Do you think they're going to let that happen?
But again, do we fight the system, or do we sit back and say, okay, keep taxing us and give them a break all the time?
Here's what you do. Instead of creating an adversary out of business, you sit down and create an agreement with business. We need y'all to do this. We'll do this. We need you to contribute this.
Do you think they're going to do that?
They'll like that better than I'm coming after y'all and y'all the devil.
And her healthcare policy is not good.
Well, healthcare is going to be just bad in general. Until we get like a single payer system or something. It's
so okay. Elizabeth Warren, who you guys like? Too long. They don't know. Well, who you like?
I kind of like Warren, but I'm not sold on her healthcare policy.
Well, does anybody really like the healthcare policy except us?
Yeah, but she wants to get rid of all private payer. I mean, just don't punish everybody. Just
Let's see.
Obamacare.
This or that is not what we need.
That whole this or that.
We got this and that is what we need.
Right.
An alternative is what we need.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Why is that so hard to work out?
I mean,
you don't like our plan?
Yeah.
Pay for yours.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. There are some flaws to her plan, but what president-elect doesn't have flaws?
Who do you think is going to shake out of this big group?
It's going to be word on the street is that she is courting Gilliam from Florida, the guy that ran for governor.
As a vice president?
As a vice president. And people like him.
Yeah, but why doesn't she choose Corey or one of those other people? Too strong?
I wouldn't probably say too strong. It might be.
Corey just doesn't do anything for her.
Yeah, he doesn't really pique my interest. Yeah. He's a great senator.
Let's talk to Olivia. Olivia!
Well, good morning.
How are you? We got like 3 minutes.
I am wonderful, and I just have something that just crossed my mind earlier this morning with your president.
Yes.
You got 1 minute.
1 minute, Olivia. Come on.
Okay, the guy that got chopped up earlier this year by the Saudis.
Okay, yes.
Do you think that had anything to do with this Ukraine thing?
Say that again.
The guy, the news guy, that the Saudis cut up.
Oh, that was earlier this year, late last year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shogi, whatever his name was. Khashoggi.
Yeah. Now, I don't know why I'm thinking that that's tying into this Ukraine thing.
I don't know.
I don't see the connection.
Well, the Saudis.
Yeah, I don't see the connection. I see the Saudis, but I don't see the Ukraine piece. How you tying it in?
Well, I think Trump has more to do with that than what he's really acknowledging.
Okay. Now, he did stay away from.
No one wanted to take responsibility when the man ended up dead.
Yeah, and the president didn't step into it at all.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Of course not.
No.
Any other president would have been outraged that an American citizen got killed on foreign soil.
Yep.
Exactly. And I'm just thinking that may tie in with all this stuff that's coming out because everybody's getting indicted.
Has he built any hotels in Saudi Arabia yet?
I'm sure.
I'm sure he did before.
Or if not that, his children probably have something.
How
there.
they talking about Biden, his son, doing stuff overseas when all his family is working?
Doing all the time.
All of them.
All the children, everybody.
Like, come
everywhere.
on.
And he's even doing business still out.
Absolutely. We got to go, Olivia.
Okay, we wasn't to call in, but I want to listen to. But since you were doing Indiana today, I was like, let me give you one more Indiana.
Give your church a shout out before we go. What's your church?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Give your church and your pastor a shout out before you go.
Oh, Greater Progressive Baptist Church, Reverend Pettis.
Give him my regards, please.
Sure will. Thank you.
Talk to you soon. Well, come to the end of another program. That hour went very fast.
It did.
Please, for Reverend Nicholas Smith, I'm Bishop David G. Evans. Join us next week from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live on David G. Evans 1 on any smart device. Tell your friends about On Point. Get involved in the conversation. Kingdom point of view, kingdom perspective, but the things that really matter in your life. Stay strong, stay saved. Remember this, faith acts like a thing is so, even when it's not so, that it might be so. God bless you. See you next week on Point.